Wake up to reality. Nothing ever goes as planned in this accursed world. The longer you live, the more you will realize that the only things that truly exist in this reality are merely pain, suffering, and futility.
What up, YouTube? We're back with some anime. We're going to be dropping Vinland Saga, finally out. If you don't know what it is, you got to check it out. If you're a fan of Vikings, I know you got me into this one. This was one that I didn't really know about too much, but being a fan of Vikings and Ragnar and all that stuff, yeah, this was for sure has jumped on the top of my list of something I want to see and keep watching for sure. Um, I guess what?
Absolutely, man. Vinland Saga season two. It is a brutal comic manga, and it's a brutal anime. So if you are into some nice gorish fighting scenes, a lot of hacking and slashing with no context, then this is gonna be it. It's actually it's like loosely based on historical events from the 15th, 16th century, and it is from northern England. And it's actually one of the battles is a historical battle that takes place, and so it's really awesome, man. It got a little history in there as well as a little brutish in there as well of anime styles. Yeah, definitely one of my faves. Uh, I told you about it. I was like, man, you got to check out Finland with Thorfin. It's gonna be a little slow in the beginning. It picks up, nice
Yes,
action, good action, and then
yeah,
then it gets slow again. It get
yeah,
real slow again,
yeah.
like talking, and then it gets
Hey,
even better, and then it gets start talking hits. So and then the second season just came out Saturday for it. So spoiler alerts, if you haven't seen it yet, I advise that you go and watch this first season. But this is season two recap. This one follows the story of Eren, father of a daughter and a wife in a peaceful village. Unfortunately, they are raided. So they are raided by Vikings. So if you're not understanding what a Viking is, it's more of a profession, less than a title. So you're not a Viking. You're not a Viking. It's like, hey, I work as a Viking, right? I go pillage and stuff, and that's what my job title is. So I'm a Viking, right? So sadly, his village is raided, and it was burnt to the ground. It ended. It's then therefore sold into slavery, and so if you thought slavery was just one-sided on the spectrum, it's actually very broad, especially in those times. A lot of northern England, a lot of Germanic, a lot of Scandinavian people were a lot of them were sold into slavery, and so therefore the title of the episode is called Slave. So it goes through the episode. It shows the brutality of what happens when a raided village is taken and your spoil and loot is actually people and items. So they go through it. Eren is then walked through the village. He tries to escape, but they captured him and they beat him even more. And then he tries to escape again. And then at a certain point, one of the slave masters tell him, "Hey, look, you're poor. You got nothing. Y'all have nothing. Y'all have no money.
yeah,
No one's gonna help y'all. So you better stay here, and we're gonna take a little bit care of you. But if you keep running away, we're just gonna end up killing you. So just keep that in mind." So he is then dragged off into to be beaten, and that he just goes into like what would you call it, like a catatonic state, right? Where he just doesn't
kind of, yeah,
care whether what happens to him, you know. So he's like mentally and physically just beaten down so bad, where he's just like life is just like it's whatever. I'm resigned to my fate. But it's sort of like if you notice the contrast, it's sort of like what the way Thorfinn was,
yeah.
when
It kind of reminded me
they
of
took
him,
a
like
little, yeah. And
Like
like
he had
he
the
got beat
rage.
up and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm. So one of the funny notes is that they dragged him away, and at the same time they were talking about selling him for beer money. They were like, "Let's go ahead and get him sold up for beer money," and that's how much worthless his life was to them.
It was kind of like it went. It's weird because when you ended the first season, it kind of ended with just Canute, Thorkell, and Thorfin, and when season two started, you're in like a totally different character. And I mean, it all plays into its part. It makes sense at the end of the episode for sure. I know he's finally sold after so many people keep saying they don't want him, and but it's funny because before he sold, Thorfinn's I guess what his father's friend or from the same village, the he's been looking for him the whole time. Uh, and he's been looking for him throughout the whole first season to bring him back to Helga and them. And he ends up hearing the name Thorfinn, and he's like, "Oh, that Thorfinn, it must be a lucky guy because he has people looking for him." And whenever he does it, he ends up getting sold later on. And when he meets the other slaves, he realizes that one of the slaves that is being taken care of on that, I guess, field that he's going to be helping with is the one that we've come to know as Thorfinn, but just a lot older. And just he still looks kind of defeated because I mean we did kind of wonder after spoiler alert again, Askeladd died. He really told him like, "What are you gonna do with your life now that I'm gone? Like, what are you gonna be able to do? Because you literally it was just revenge his whole time. Like, I'm gonna get revenge from my dad, and that's it. Like, I need to revenge Thors for what you did to him." And Askeladd ended up dying to help Canute pretty much be saved. And yeah, so I guess it's the start of how his life is after everything happened. I'm kind of glad they went to like another chapter type of thing where they're older now and stuff because some animes could really drag on the age gap. I mean, Pokemon Ash has been the same age for my whole life, so
Hey, we don't talk about Pokemon,
no,
especially after they're
no, no,
making Ash a Pikachu. We'll talk about that in this place.
no, no, no.
Remember, Madara's corner, we live in the perpetual supernova, man. Man, it was a good contrast, man. I'm glad that yeah, because now you're waking up some of my memory. I didn't go back and watch season one, and I just picked up right for season two. I thought they were gonna do like a short recap, but they did it, and I was like,
Yeah.
no recap on this one, you know. So yeah. So yeah, I'm glad you did, man, because I forgot Askeladd died. So yeah, I thought he
See,
was alive.
luckily
I was
for
like, man,
me,
where's Askeladd?
yeah,
Yeah.
luckily for me, I watched it
But
recently because you barely put me on it, so that's why I was like, I'll remember most of this that happened at least.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, but I think it goes into uh Thor's. And if you remember who Thor's was,
His
Thor's is the
father,
father, Thorfinn.
yeah,
I think
Thorfinn,
into their battle with his cousin or his brother-in-law, I think, or his cousin-in-law or something like
yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, like an
The one that
accent
loves
there.
fighting,
Yeah,
Thorkell.
yeah.
Yeah, that dude's funny.
I
He's
think
just
like the next saga goes into like their battle. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because like I said, it takes off of historical events, and
Okay.
yeah, so like we're gonna see like some of those historical battles and as they come up. So oh yeah, okay. So it's just gonna be about Eren and they're gonna introduce a few other persons and that's it.
I believe it's what
Yeah.
24 episodes that the season's gonna
Nah, no
be.
way. Episodes equal for 24.
Yeah, 24 episodes. Season
Yeah,
two.
Thorfin, yeah. I think it's gonna go into like a battle with Thorfin, and that's where we're gonna go get into the battle with Thorfin.
all the way to the summer. And I mean, for being a person that I guess watched like I really enjoyed Vikings from like History Channel and all that stuff. And I think
Uh-huh.
this like I was kind of going in open minded, like, okay, I'm a big fan of that. Because you told me about it. If I was a fan of that, I was gonna be a fan of this. And I can honestly I feel like being an anime person, I kind of like this more just because the gore and the fighting and the even the comedy of it. Like Thorkell is probably like one of my favorites just because he just wants to fight. Like none of the he don't care about the any of
Yeah,
the master part of it. Oh, he don't care. He's like, I just want to fight, dude. And I mean that's a lot of them though. A lot of them want to fight, go to Valhalla and do all that. So it kind of is funny, but I think they like we said they did a really great job on this one. I mean it's called Slaves, so it was very painting the picture like you said perfectly in the beginning of exactly how it was back then to set it up for what we're about to get this season.
right. I think it's gonna be a lot of character development on Thorfin. Like I have no idea. I haven't read the manga to it. I haven't looked into like I've only watched the anime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have not dug into the stories other than what it says. So like I guess for episode two, I'll do a little more research this weekend so I can bring a little more historical context to it. So our next episode, we can have a little more historical context. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, it was a good one by far. It was good. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I give it a 3 out of 5 because I want a little more action, a little more the way season one started, like just right into that
Yeah.
fighting, right into that your battles and stuff like that. And I know the story. We got to set up the story pace and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But you know what? You know what? This is Vinland Saga. All right. This is about some man stuff. So this is what I wanted to watch. Not
Yeah.
not not some crime guys. And that's a and I'm still say that, man. I do not like the trope of them having weak men, especially in that time of era. I don't think the way they made Eden like kind of like his wife was like, oh, you gotta move on, you gotta go for it, and it was like at the same time it was like I don't think Eden really would have been like that. You know what I'm saying? Like so
Yeah.
passive, so timid, so scared to do something. She had to tell him, "Oh, run forward." Like I get
Yeah.
it, women are strong, man, but like come on, So that was my biggest gripe about it. Other than that, I liked it. It was a good one. It was definitely a 3 out of 5 for me.
Yeah. I
Oh
agree
yeah,
with
yeah.
this.
So 24 listed episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the score you gave it. Honestly, I think if this is the one that talks the most and it leads into action right then and there of flashbacks or a skip or something into like at least a little more action, I'll be cool with it. Because as long as it doesn't take a huge change from the season one, then I'll be like, all right, I can deal with this.
Yeah, I agree. If it was a little more action based, I would have been like, bang, 5 out of 5. But it was a little more talking and stuff like that. But that's expected. The
Yeah.
that was expected. So I kind of figured that. But hopefully, it picks up and I forgot to see when part two airs. I think I was looking at it
I have
too.
it right here. It is, I think, I want to say January 16th. It is January 16th.
January 16th. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So January 16th, the next one goes out, and I think we'll probably be doing it on Monday again, and so that we can definitely get the early bird out on that one. So, Vinland Saga. Author is Makoto Yukimura. Adaptation is the Vinland Saga anime. So far, it's 24. It's listed for 24 episodes. It's at a WIT studio in a PPPA2. It's a sub studio for season 2. And check it out. I think you're going to be really surprised by it. You're going to like it. And then let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on Vinland Saga. And if you read the manga already, let us know so we can check it out. Yeah, like let us know in the comments, man. What are your suggestions, points, anything, man? Because we're always looking to improve. We're always looking to make it better. We're tailoring to what y'all like, what we like, and if you're new to this, hopefully we can give you some good suggestions on, anime to watch, manga to read, and to, really hopefully open some stuff up for y'all. But yeah, absolutely, man. But I am done. You, Nick, anything from you, Master of Masters, King of Kings over here, the Lord of his realm?
Nah, man, if y'all have made it to this point, though, like, subscribe. Man, we appreciate it. We're going to be doing a lot more anime videos for y'all for sure as they come out, because this is a big season for anime, it seems like. Check out in the comments down below or in the section. I'll be having a link to our Facebook group. You can always join it. Memes, videos, everything. You can talk with us, talk to other people in there that are joining the community. And just give us any insight of animes you want us to talk about. I know there's a ton of them, and we'll try to get to it, most of them for sure. But some of them we probably already watching and going to talk over anyway. But just make sure you do that. Like the video, like what we're doing, hit the like button. Much love. I think we're done.
All right.
How much I'm working for this? I swear my dreams are too important.